Hey yo yo yo. Salut les potes. Salut salut. Bon. Il y a des trucs à faire. Il y a des trucs à faire. Dont cette quête d'archon. Qui me tarde de commencer. Où en plus on va rencontrer sûrement Shenei, le nouveau personnage 5 étoiles. Ça sera plus simple. Donc c'est cool. C'est cool, c'est cool. Accéder à la quête. Hop, suivre. Ok, ça marche. Ça marche direct. C'est par où? C'est par là-bas. Donc oui, du coup on retourne à l'IU. Bah c'est cool. On a des bons souvenirs. C'était très beau les dernières quêtes qu'il y avait eu là-bas. C'était des belles cinématiques et l'histoire était cool. Donc on va voir si c'est pareil. Le chargement de l'infini. Peut-être parce que c'est le premier. Ok.
I forgot my umbrella again.
Go à la terrasse. Oula, il y a du monde.
I have gathered everyone here today to make an important announcement. Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already. I am, in fact, planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber.
Rebuild the Jade Chamber? That's a huge project!
So the rumors are true. No wonder the price of building materials has gone up so much lately.
The Jade Chamber means a lot to Lady Ningguang. Getting involved in this would be a huge opportunity.
Lady Ningguang, is there any way we can be of service?
Patience. Since the news made it out a few days ago, I have already had many people contacting me to declare an interest in joining the project. Nevertheless, I do have a few matters I should like to entrust to you here today. The building site has been chosen, and most of the materials have been assembled. 3 key items are, however, still outstanding. They are as follows: Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
Excuse my ignorance, Lady Ningguang. I'm familiar enough with Plostrite, but I've never even heard of those other two.
Only sufficiently large pieces of Plostrite, or specifically Vermilionite, may earn themselves the Sunset moniker. This stone is what allows the Jade Chamber to float. Wonder Cores, meanwhile, are the central components of the mechanical structure of the Jade Chamber. Adepti Sigils serve as a means of integrating the mechanical devices with Adepti art. They are as indispensable as the mechanical core itself. Although these 3 items are rare, I trust that with your connections and capabilities, procuring them will not be a question of if, but of when. I take the saying, time is money, more seriously than most. Efficiency is everything. I will pay a generous price for the materials that you find, and in addition, the first 3 people who collect all the materials will have the opportunity to ask me a question. You may ask me anything, and I will give you an honest answer. I trust that this means of compensation will be to everyone's satisfaction.
These things won't be easy to get hold of. But if it means a chance to get some inside information on Liyue Harbor's development plan for next year...
Then it's the deal of a lifetime. Information from Lady Ningguang is priceless. Whoever gets to it first takes the market.
Haha, what a coincidence! I won't divulge too much, but I heard some murmurings about some Plostrite just the other day. So excuse me all, but I have some business to do.
No. We better move quickly, or this opportunity will be snatched away from us.
Ningguang's rebuilding the Jade Chamber? This is a huge deal! Let's get involved!
So you heard my announcement, did you? What do you think? Interested? Yes. Providing the question pertains to something I am knowledgeable about.
Really? Ooh, then Paimon will ask you about how to run a business! Then we'll never be short of Mora ever again.
Of course. But how much information I share with you will depend on your performance. The construction of the Jade Chamber requires a great deal of space. The abandoned mine outside the Golden House has been selected as the building site. Once you have collected the materials, please take them there. I have other business to attend to now. Otherwise, I would gladly escort you to the site in person. When you do arrive, please seek out my secretary. Remember, this is a race against the clock. A rare opportunity presents itself to you. Do not let somebody else snatch it from your grasp.
Ningguang seems super busy. Come on, we better get going. First, we gotta get out of Eugene Terrace. Huh? Look! It seems like there's something kind of fishy going on over there.
Ma'am, you seem like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me. I can see that you're easily gonna win this procurement contest Lady Ningguang has set up. As it happens, we have some information about the materials that I really think might interest you. Come on, let's find somewhere a little more private, and we can get down to brass tacks.
No, I don't need it.
Ah, don't be like that. Hey, come on, don't go! Why don't you stand there after her?
Oh, right, yeah.
Did you hear that? They said they had some useful Information's just what we need right now. Let's follow them and see what we can find out.
Putain, je suis un connard, je suis mute depuis tout à l'heure. Donc, ouais, l'objectif c'est de retrouver les matériaux pour la chambre de Jade. C'est quoi déjà la quête? Acte 1, retour de la grue dans le vent. L'élévation de la chambre de Jade. Ok. Cool. Il n'y a pas un TP pour aller là-haut, remarque. Bon, ça va, j'y suis.
They're not here. Let's keep looking.
Ok. C'est une dispute apparemment.
Well, will you look at that, ma'am? Nowhere left to run. Don't worry, we're not bad guys. You give us some Mora, we give you a little info. Everybody's a winner.
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something different about her.
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts if we just let money walk away from us, huh?
I've already told you, I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy to repeat it in a way that won't be so easy to forget.
Come on, ma'am. You seem like an intelligent lady. I shouldn't have to spell this out to you. It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money and handing it over and nobody getting hurt.
I won't.
No more excuses! I know you have money. I saw you. Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Leo Lee Pavilion, ordering a table full of food, and only taking a few bites. Then Shinyu at kiosk, then Wanmin restaurant. Same story each time. You order all the signature dishes, take a few bites, then you're on your way again. How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family? And since you're so rich, what's the loss to you in giving us a little spare change, huh?
Master warned me not to lay a hand on anyone in Liyue Harbor. But here we are. Perhaps... yes. Let's call it fate.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's not right.
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for everything she's worth.
Oh, you again.
The Millilith? What are the Millilith doing here? Did you do this? You ought to mind your own business! I swear!
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians? You're coming with us.
No, don't be angry, sir. Please, let me explain.
Shenhe,
Shenhe?
my name.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name is, well, Paimon. And this is Paimon's travel buddy.
Oh, I've heard about you two before. Thank you for helping to defuse the situation. I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a handful of times is all it would have taken to get him to surrender.
You can't do that. That's way too violent. This is Liyue Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff, you know.
Laws? No, apparently not.
Really? So how exactly have you...
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
She's so honest. Wait, that's right. They said you went around all the restaurants ordering this and that and the other, but only took a small bite of each dish. Then of course you're still hungry. So, anything in particular you're hungry for?
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals. Medicinal herbs?
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Booba Pharmacy's not far away. Let's take Shenhe there for a big medicinal meal. After all, you can't work on an empty stomach.
Ok, go à la pharmacie.
Do you think Shenhe
Un
might
cottage
be an
bobo.
apprentice?
On va voir Chichi.
Seems like it's her first
Chichi qui
time in
rencontre
Liyue
Chichi.
Harbor, and she doesn't...
Are you here to buy some herbs? I do hope you brought your prescription.
Chingson, glaze lily, and violet grass, please. Half a pound of each.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Oh, here you go. That's everything we have in stock.
Thank you.
She's really eating them!
My hunger has now abated. Thank you. Rather awful. Though they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance, after consuming a large quantity of them, bitterness is all that remains.
So, how come you chow down on these and barely touch the restaurant food? If Paimon had enough Mora, Paimon would go to the fanciest restaurant in town and order a whole table of food and eat it all in one go.
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the future. The food of the mortal realm is most delicious, but should I return to the mountains, yearning for the food here shall only pose an obstacle to my continued spiritual development. Sampling each dish in order to appreciate its taste is enough.
Return to the mountains. That proves it. Paimon knew she was an adeptus.
Enough about me. What are your plans from here?
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot! We came out to take part in the Rebuild the Jade Chamber competition! And now we're probably super behind because we've been held up for so long.
I see. I heard something about the contest when I was passing by.
Yep! You get to ask Ningguang any question you want if you win! Were you interested in the contest too, Shinha?
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point I had no intention of joining a contest. However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would now like to lend you my assistance. Oh, don't worry. I ask for nothing in return.
Wow! You really don't have to. But having an Adeptus help out will make things a whole lot easier, so...
Then let's not delay. I have a plan.
Great! Paimon bets this is gonna be the awesomest plan ever!
I am not sure whether or to what extent this plan can be classified as awesome. I do, however, believe it will be highly effective. We simply need to dispose of everyone who is currently ahead of us. Then, we alone shall become the victors.
Veto! That is not acceptable! Not by a long shot!
Really? But I hear that competition is in essence about conflict and one-upmanship.
Look, we want to win this competition fair and square, okay? Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils. Let's start at the top of the list and work down. So, for Plostrite...
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there. So, it's you.
Baiju? What are you doing out here?
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store, so I came out to fetch the ingredients personally.
Huh? How come Lady Ningguang needs so much wound dressing all of a sudden?
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Maybe for its first aid on site? I didn't ask, though. Far be it from me to pry into my customers' personal affairs. Oh, and she also borrowed Chi-Chi. Meaning Boo Boo Pharmacy is very short-handed right now. I don't suppose any of you are looking for part-time work by any chance?
No, we've got other stuff to do. While you're here, though, you seem to know a lot. Have you ever heard of something called Sunset Vermilionite?
Ah, the variety of plostrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes? There is some mention of it in the Seven Mountain Treatises. When activated, Sunset Vermilionite rises up all the way into the clouds. It's very rare indeed. As far as the records show, virtually all Sunset Vermilionite in existence has been mined and taken possession of. But the Feiyun Commerce Guild would know far more about this than I do.
Okay then, let's go ask at the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Thanks, Baiju.
You're quite welcome. Good luck to you all. And if there's anything further you need from me, just come to the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Très bien, donc les pierres, elles ont déjà été trouvées par quelqu'un en gros. Attendez, j'ai un problème. Tac. Donc faut qu'on aille voir ces fameuses personnes qui peuvent nous renseigner. Oh putain. Ça c'est chiant ça. Xu dans cheese. Ok, il faut que j'aille lui parler je pense. Salut, j'ai une question, est-ce que tu sais quand sort les codes? Les quêtes de l'event, je crois que c'est pas encore, hein. Je crois que c'est genre le... C'est pas le 25 janvier ou un truc comme ça? Je crois que c'est dans longtemps. C'est dans longtemps. Yo Ryan. Comment ça va? Alors là c'est chiant ça, faut que je parle... apporter les clichés aux clients. Oh non, vraiment là? On en est là? Putain, je sais pas ce qu'il faut que je fasse. Attendez, c'est quoi la quête? Deux clients sont venus. Nanana. Ah ok, les photos. Oh, je sais même pas ce que c'est comme photo. Là c'est la dèche. Ça doit être ça. Ok, ça je sais où c'est, je crois. Putain, lui faut que je le retrouve, je sais plus où lui. Il est dans le coin, mais je sais pas où. Ok. Tiens les photos. Ouais, faut que je débloque la nouvelle zone. Mais en premier, je fais la quête d'argent, sauf que là, faut que je parle à des gens d'une autre quête, parce que ça me bloque. Je peux pas continuer la quête d'argent du coup. Ok, c'est elle. Hop. Voilà, est-ce que je suis libéré? Ah, je suis pas libéré. Ah bah oui, non, je suis con, faut que je parle à... Une fois que j'aurai parlé à lui, je pense que ça sera bon. C'est relou un peu ça. Faudrait qu'on puisse dire, genre cette quête passe en priorité, tu vois. Hop. Allez, c'est bon, t'inquiète pas. Allez, bla 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 bla. C'est bon?
Master Xingqiu, thank goodness you're finally back.
Oh? Why do I detect an urgency in your voice?
The guild has had a whole string of strange orders in recently. Everyone's been completely caught off guard. Your father gave me specific instructions to ask you to stay and help out if I happen to see you.
I see. Have someone sort the orders by type for now. I'll deal with them myself shortly.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you, Master. With you on the job, I can breathe a sigh of relief.
Hey, Xingqiu! Glad you're here. We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait a moment. Shu, I need to entertain some guests. Please continue with your work for the time being, and we'll discuss the matter of the guild's orders in more detail later on.
Understood, Master Xingqiu. Then I will leave you in peace.
I wasn't counting on finding you here today. What's going on? And how, pray tell, may I be of service?
Xingqiu, have you ever heard of Sunset Vermilionite?
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady Ningguang's contest as well.
As well? Do you mean...
The truth is, the Feiyun Commerce Guild is in possession of some Sunset Vermilionite, but only one piece. We are holding it on behalf of someone who has asked us to put it up for auction, and a lot of interested parties have already come to us inquiring about the price. At the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand. In this case, I'm guessing the final transaction price may be in excess of 500 million mora.
500 million?!
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't bother bidding on this one. The price is greatly inflated, and it's just not worth it.
But without any Sunset Vermilionite...
Don't panic. I don't suppose you ever heard of Sea Gazer?
Who?
Oh, Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, but if I am not mistaken, he has already passed away.
Yes, precisely. I didn't know anyone else knew about him. According to records of drifting clouds, Seagazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most exquisite treasures, among which was some sunset vermilionite. After Seagazer passed, the abode was abandoned, and its location was lost to time. Luckily, I came into possession of a stack of folk history books just recently. They make some oblique references to this lost abode, and after cross-referencing them against each other, I'm now fairly certain that it is situated in the Lisha area.
That's great! But is it really okay for us to just go and take his treasure? Wouldn't it be a little, you know, disrespectful with him being an Adeptus?
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Seagazer was very open-minded. Even while he was alive, he wouldn't have let something like this bother him.
Open-minded? I have not heard of Seagazer being described in this way before. May I ask where you read that?
Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains. All right then, let's go.
There's something about this young lady that reminds me of a good friend of mine. Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when it comes to their defense mechanisms. Plus, it's likely to be crawling with monsters after being abandoned for so long. So please, be very careful.
Okay, we will be. Thanks, Xingqiu.
Parfait, on a des petits renseignements. On a des renseignements, du coup faut aller où? Hop, ça l'a pas suivi ça, je reconnais. Suivre. Voilà. Ok, c'est là-haut. On va aller chez un adepte si j'ai bien compris. Un petit donjon peut-être? Ou même pas. Même pas.
Let's see. Xingqiu said it should be around here, but Paimon doesn't see anything.
This place was hidden using a special Adepti art. But now that I have removed it, we can inspect the area more closely.
Wow, that's amazing! Yep, let's take another look around. Hey, look! Is that a new Sealy over there?
Ok. Follow la fée. Faut nager. Waouh, failli tomber. Très bien. Demeure de Scruteflot. Ok, bon, on y va en solo. Il me faut un géo, mais j'ai pas de géo. Et... bah tant pis, on va faire sans géo. C'est pas grave, on est des boss.
Weren't we at a waterfall just now? How did we suddenly end up here? Oh, so many clouds. It feels like we're high up in the sky.
I believe this is the abode of that Adeptus. With any luck, the sunset vermilionite we're looking for should be in here.
Really? Let Paimon see! Huh? Isn't that the Sealy from before? Look, it's gone and snuck beneath the clouds. And now that Paimon takes a closer look, the rocks and trees here don't seem complete. Oh, could there be something below the clouds?
These are not real clouds. They are the product of an Adepti art used for spatial partitioning. If we want to go down, we must first destroy the mechanism that is maintaining the Adepti art.
All right, then let's do it.
I sense the presence of monsters in this place. I don't know where they are hiding, so we'd better be careful.
Oh yes. On peut essayer. Je sais pas comment ça se prononce. Oh attends. Ah mais faut pas faire n'importe quoi du coup. Ça fait quoi si j'avance? Ben, je tombe, tout simplement. Moi j'ai une technique. C'est de monter dans l'arbre. Ok, ça marche pas. On va faire autrement. C'est peut-être pour ça qu'il me fallait un perso géo. Ah non, ok. Tout va bien. Alors elle fait quoi? Attendez, d'abord. Tac. Oh, j'aime bien les persos comme ça. C'est dynamique. Ok. Merde, faut faire quoi? C'est pour ça qu'il fallait du géo, je crois qu'il faut du géo pour activer ça. Non, non, pas du tout, je crois. Putain, je cherche trop les trucs compliqués. Et non, en fait, je tombe pas. J'ai capté ça qu'après. Ok. Bon, ça va, hein, c'est pas très compliqué en vrai. Enfin, c'est même pas compliqué du tout. Toi, t'es activé. Noyau d'anciens dispositifs. Je sais pas s'il fallait que je suive exactement les trucs, c'est pas grave. Ok. Plus rapide comme ça. Donc cette fois c'est bon.
It appears that we've been taken for intruders. This time, why not allow me to take care
Ok,
of
faut les
this?
taper. Ah, c'est quoi son ulti? Ah ouais, ça fait mal. Elle est cool son ulti. Je suis con, c'est du feu.
By ordinance divine.
Ah, il fait beaucoup de dégâts, je trouve.
The core of the mechanism is exposed. Now's our chance.
Par quoi? Ah, ok. Ça fait des dégâts, ça? Voilà. C'est comme ça qu'on fait. Un gros ulti de la shogun. Ok. On est passé à travers les nuages.
It looks like we need to go further down. But before that, let's destroy the guard mechanisms on this level first.
Ça va, je les déglingue. coup, je peux le taper là? Hop, on va remettre ça. Ah oui. Merde. Calme-toi, coucher la bête.
Manifest! Cryo incarnate! There is no escape! Cut to the chase!
Ça va, on le défonce bien. Bon, on l'a fait easy.
Torn to oblivion!
Allez, le noyau. Et bon. Ok, on tombe encore. Va falloir se rattraper, je pense. Ok, oh dans l'eau. Oh putain, il est là lui. Une porte. Ok, putain, s'il y a des énigmes, ça va être chaud. Un petit coffre. On prend. Quoi? Alors on bouge. Bah oui, il bouge pas. Ah putain, c'est un rocher ça aussi. Oh là là, ça va être le bordel. On va voir jusqu'où on peut aller. Ok. Très bien, donc là-bas il y a un truc. Oh, mais c'est bizarre ça. On va voir jusqu'où ça va. Voilà. Très bien, normalement là, on est bon. Ok. Ça va pas switch.
Wheel of life. Yeah, sacred name. Fortune preserver. Nowhere to hide.
Alors on va claquer les ultis, hein, il faut. Bon là. Eh bien. Touchez la bête.
Unleash! Life goes on. With sword comes shadow.
Ok. Ah, c'est giga simple, ça va.
There is no manifest. Illusion. Obey. Nice and spicy. Eat this. Wheel of life. Orders given. Orders received.
Je claque quand même les ultis parce que c'est spectaculaire. Aïe, aïe, arrêtez-vous.
Inazuma shines eternal. There is no escape. Unleash, obey. By ordinance divine.
Je sais pas si ça sert à quelque chose de le claquer sur ça, mais. Ah, ok. Il y a tout qui est tombé. Il y a quoi le fantôme? On n'y est pas allé là-bas, si? Si, c'est de là où on vient. Putain, 27 000 PV, hein.
Look over there. Could that be the sunset vermilionite?
Ah oui. Ah, c'est ça qui fait flotter, ok. Allez, petit fantôme, guide-moi. Plus vite, plus vite. Ah, il y en avait déjà un, c'est marrant. S'asseoir, bah non, je sais pas que ça à faire. Effectivement, c'est ça qu'il y a sous la chambre de Jade.
Is this it? Is this the sunset vermilionite? It's so huge. That's true, but then again, why isn't it floating?
Plaustrite doesn't float until it's activated. It may look different from most ordinary stones, but it weighs around the same amount. Only after being activated does Plaustrite reveal its true nature, breaking free from the shackles of the mortal realm and ascending up into the heavens.
Wow, Shenhe, you seem to know everything about this.
Only because my master is fond of chatting about these things. The moment she has some time to spare, she'll come straight for me and start telling story after story. I don't care for her stories most of the time. I certainly didn't expect them to ever come in handy like this.
Hold on a sec. Paimon just realized something. If we activate it here, there's no way we'll be able to get it back to the site, right? Heck, we'll be dragged up into the sky too! But if we don't activate it, how else are we gonna lift it? This rock must weigh well over 1,000 pounds, surely!
Don't worry. I can handle the weight quite easily.
Are you sure? Be careful.
Please don't worry. I'm well aware that a Plaustrite sample this large must be highly valuable. I will be gentle with it and make sure it does not get damaged. My safety.
That's right! Paimon's sure you can handle it and everything, but if something this heavy lands on you, you're gonna get yourself hurt, no matter who you are. You gotta be extra careful when lifting heavy objects. It's just common sense.
Is it now? Well then, thank you. I'll go on ahead with the Plaustrite. Let's meet at the building site later.
How is Shenhe able to carry that huge
Ah oui,
rock all by herself?
Elle peut tout déplacer toute seule, genre.
Adepti super strength much?
Attends, elle a pris la grosse, mais nous on peut peut-être prendre ça là.
Let's go meet her at the building site.
Ça vaut des sous aussi. Ça vaut des sous, c'est ces petites pierres là, ces petits cailloux là. Ok, tant pis pour cette fois. Salut The Crazy Young, comment ça va? Depuis le temps, comment tu vas? Et on peut se TP là, non? Oui, on peut se TP. Hop. Ok, donc c'est là où se passe le chantier en fait. Ok. Il y a des grues, des machins. C'est le bordel. Hein. Et un gros caillou au milieu. Évidemment. Par contre, il n'y a pas trop de gens qui travaillent, tu vois. C'est à la cool. Il y a des gardes, des gens qui regardent. Mais c'est tout quoi.
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself? She's gotta be one of those adepti, surely.
Oh, mighty Adeptus, please give me your blessing so that in the coming year I may reap a more bountiful salary.
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply immaculate. Congratulations, this item is approved for submission. I'm going to award you full marks for the Sunset Vermilionite item. May I take your name?
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete. I was just delivering this for some other people. They should be here any minute now.
Shenhua, and Ningguang's little helper.
Ah, so you're the ones behind this. No wonder. The rarest talent turns in the rarest plostrite specimen. But I have to correct you on one point. It's not helper, it's secretary.
Okay then, Miss Secretary, what do you think of the rock we found? Pretty amazing, right?
In truth, it is the finest piece of plostrite we have received so far. If everything goes according to plan, we will use this piece in the foundation of the Jade Chamber, which will enable us to proceed to the next stage of construction. As a side note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby area to serve as accommodations for the contestants. If you need a place to rest, you are welcome to stay there. Now, please excuse me. As you can see, there is still a lot of work to do on the building site.
Shenhua, Shenhua! Just now on the way over, pretty much everyone was singing your praises!
Oh, really?
What kind of reaction is that? So strange. Aren't you happy about it? Whenever Paimon gets praised, Paimon can't help but hold her head up high and break into a big smug smile.
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect, as if I'm set apart from the common folk.
Yeah, 'cause that's how adepti are. At least the ones we've met are pretty unique and reclusive, too. Way different than normal people.
But I am not...
Shenhua?
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that abode. I'm just a little fatigued.
Well, Byron said that there are some makeshift hotels we can use, right? Let's go check in and take a rest.
No need. I simply need to find myself a secluded place in the wilderness to sit and meditate in silence.
You can't do that. It's dangerous out in the wild on your own. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you go lie down in a nice, comfy bed. All right? Seriously, don't punish yourself like this.
Okay. If you insist.
Great! Now we're talking. Let's head to our hotel.
Parfait, on va à l'hôtel. Ouais, le programme c'est quête d'archon et nouvelle zone si on finit pas trop tard. Je sais pas combien de temps il y en a. Donc on verra bien, on verra ça. Je suis désolé hein, les gars. Quand je fais un live avec où c'est la quête d'archon, des trucs comme ça, je parle pas pendant les cinématiques et tout. Du coup, je parle pas souvent parce qu'il y a beaucoup de cinématiques et de dialogues et tout. Donc je suis désolé d'avance. En fait, j'ai essayé de trouver une technique pour enregistrer le micro et le jeu à part, mais ça buguait donc j'ai pas pu le faire aujourd'hui. J'essaierai de voir si c'est possible pour les prochaines fois quand même. Parce que c'est vrai que ça serait plus sympa si je pouvais parler par-dessus les cinématiques quoi. Mais bon, pour le moment c'est comme ça. Tant pis. Hop, parler au patron.
Hi there. Checking in, are we? You're just in time. We only have 2 rooms left. Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had a constant stream of people in this area. And not just workers either. Visitors, business people, tea sellers, all sorts. So, business is booming for me today. Very few vacancies. You're lucky you got here when you did.
Great!
One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready within the hour. The other room is just at the door on the left. Here are your keys. All right. Hope you enjoy your stay. Please excuse me, I'll leave you to it.
Shenhua, you should go get some rest. We'll hang around outside until the other room's ready. Paimon's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here. Paimon couldn't help but notice one of the guests walk in with a huge grilled chicken drumstick before. Let's buy one for Shenhua too. She can have it as a midnight snack. Or save it for breakfast tomorrow.
All right. I will head to my room for now. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm a light sleeper. I will hear if you knock on the door. See you tomorrow.
Hey! Isn't that Cloud Retainer? What's she doing here? Let's go and say hi.
Oh là, alors est-ce que Shenhua là, Shen, on va l'appeler Shay. On va l'appeler Shay. Est-ce que c'est elle le souffle-nuage? Ou est-ce que le souffle-nuage est son patron, quoi, son maître? Peut-être ça, peut-être son maître en fait. Parce qu'elle s'entraîne, elle. Elle disait tout à l'heure qu'elle devait se concentrer pour son entraînement et tout, genre.
One trusts you have met Shenhua. So, are you getting along quite well?
So far, so good. Yeah. So, you know Shenhua too, Cloud Retainer?
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liyue Harbor. All the Adepti living today are acquainted with Shenhua to some degree.
Cool. So, what's her Adeptus name anyway? Calling her Shenhua feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful. So Paimon's thinking maybe it'd be better if we called her by her Adeptus name instead.
Her Adeptus name? Why, pray tell, would Shenhua have an Adeptus name?
Don't all Adepti have a special title they go by?
On this latter point, you are correct. However, Shenhua is human.
Oh, right. Wait, what? What? You knew already? So is Paimon the only one who didn't know?
Do you mean to say that she presents differently from ordinary human beings?
Well, to start with, her problem-solving methods are extremely direct.
Ah, yes. She was like this all those years ago when one first met her. In this respect, she has not changed. One first found Shenhua by chance in a cave. One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god's remains. Being of an ever-vigilant disposition, one entered immediately to inspect the scene. Inside was Shenhua, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand, she held a dagger with which she was confronting a monster that was the god's remains incarnate.
That sounds so dangerous.
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several days. Most mortal children are fragile, both physically and mentally, and are highly reliant on their parents for survival. But not so her. That she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only to her strong willpower, but also to the bloodlust and homicidal instinct with which she was born. One dealt with the monster, yet she still refused to lower her guard. She even pointed her dagger in one's direction and remained ready to strike. Only after she was satisfied that one had no intention to cause her harm did she finally relent. She then passed out without uttering a single word.
In other words, if you hadn't passed by that day, Shenhua might have...
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding. Even had the stalemate continued, one suspects that Shenhua may have still emerged the victor of the confrontation.
That's still so dangerous, though. Why was a tiny little kid battling against the wrath of a god in the first place?
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind, and she had experienced her fair share of this, even at a tender age. Seeing that she was homeless, one decided to adopt her. Indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shen-He has an extraordinary constitution, making her well adapted to practicing the Adepti arts. All the Adepti cherished her talents, and so we were willing to train her. However, her homicidal urges did not subside with age. Rather, they grew stronger day by day. Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity. Consumed by malevolent energy, she is prone to bring harm to those around her. Such is the magnitude of the danger this poses, that her soul must be bound with red ropes to keep her homicidal instinct at bay. The red ropes have indeed served to keep her calmer and more content. They also seem to have rendered her somewhat inexpressive. Perhaps the red ropes are so powerful that they have suppressed some of her other emotions as well. It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that Shen-He's path has crossed with yours, please be sure to treasure the gift that fate has given you, and take good care of her.
Oh, now Paimon gets it. You came out here to check up on Shen-He because you were worried about her, didn't you?
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present excursion? Incorrect. The truth is that while Liyue Harbor may seem peaceful today, danger is always lurking in the shadows. Ningguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the era of the contract between Liyue and the humans. Well, one is most curious to observe how she will respond to the coming storm. If she handles it admirably, one is willing to be a witness to her achievements. But if she does not, the Adepti shall not hesitate to seize control. Let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough of your time, and night is approaching. Be sure to get ample rest.
Ok, beaucoup d'infos. Hein.
Shen-He isn't an Adeptus after all. She just grew up around the Adepti.
Et ouais, c'était l'élève de Souffle Nuage en fait.
Oh, no wonder
Et elle s'est fait bannir,
being
entre
treated as
guillemets.
an Adeptus.
Elle a été exilée quoi.
Everyone falling over themselves to show their respect
C'est chaud
all
hein
the
ces
time
histoires.
must be kinda hard to deal
Et
with.
Ningguang elle a intérêt à gérer parce que sinon, lui il reprend le contrôle. En gros. Bon bah good. Salut Ultracan. Salut, salut. Il faut... Merde, faut attendre quelle heure? 8h midi. Paf. C'est petit part. Bon, j'espère qu'elle va pas nous péter un câble, hein, la chaîne. Si elle s'énerve, je sais pas quand, là.
Hey, so Shen-He,
Master has relayed my situation to you, I take it.
oh, how did you know?
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep, but I didn't hear you come in. I was worried that something may have happened to you, so I went outside to check and caught sight of my master. On top of this, you have been acting very strangely around me this morning, causing me to suspect that my master must have told you everything about me. After all, Master is... very talkative.
Sorry, Shen-He. Paimon had you down as an Paimon was wrong.
It's okay. I don't mind. The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner, because in my experience, trying to explain is a futile pursuit. Still, though you mistook me for an Adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable. Instead, you treated me as you would a friend. For this, I am very grateful indeed.
To be fair, we've met our fair share of real Adepti, too. Anyway, now it's settled. From now on, you're our friend. Whether you're an Adeptus or a human isn't the important thing. First and foremost, we're just plain old friends.
Got it. Although I don't know quite what it entails in terms of what I have to do, I must say I like the title Friend very much indeed.
Great! Well, now that we're all rested up, we should start searching for the other 2 items on the list. But before we do that, let's go to the building site and ask Ningguang's little helper how the progress is going. After all, Sunset Vermilionite is so rare. Paimon doubts many competitors will really be able to find any. If it turns out some of them have given up already, we'll be able to take things a little more slowly. Oh, and another thing. We bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back
Ah oui,
last night.
les cuisses de poulet, c'est
There
vrai.
was a place just outside.
Oh bah c'est cool, on a une nouvelle amie. Enfin, Paimon a une nouvelle amie plutôt. Ouais,
I
je te jure.
concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for
Attends,
myself in the
ça va
wilderness
être chiant
in the
pour aller
past.
là-bas. Ok, non, ça va, c'est juste ici en fait. Hop, encore un nouveau perso.
Look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky! But it seems to be tied down by something.
That's because it's not finished.
Hey, Bywin! And hey, Beto! And hey! Person Paimon doesn't know?
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into 2 phases to make sure the structure remains balanced. Before we find some suitable plastrite, we build the Jade Chamber's keel at ground level. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peaks. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready, we release the iron tethers and allow the Jade Chamber to rise to its target altitude.
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment, I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch.
Beto? You're joining the Jade Chamber contest too?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of Sunset Vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so I figured I'd bring it over.
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones who managed to get a hold of it.
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue opera scene.
Greetings.
These 2 are Paimon and the Traveler, both good buddies of mine. And this is... sorry, not sure we've met.
Shenhe. I am their... friend.
Good to meet you. A friend of a friend is my friend too. Or, as I like to say, a mate of a crewmate is part of the crew. Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first time, I have a feeling that we will get along very well indeed. To be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks to my father's connections, I was able to acquire a specimen of the plastrite required. Fortunately, it was approved for submission, despite being a little on the diminutive side. Wow! So it looks like the three of us are competitors now.
Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but are you competing as well?
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to help him win.
In that case, I have a proposal to make. Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Well, there are 3 teams here. We can split the prize between us. Instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top 3 places between us. What do you think?
Sounds great, but how does it change things exactly?
I think I see where you're going with this, Miss Yoon. The plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. The 2 remaining items aren't quite so rare, so as long as one of us finds a way to source it, the other 2 can hop on the bandwagon. How'd I do? Is that what you had in mind?
Precisely.
Huh. Interesting approach.
Okay then. All right, I'll go first. I have some leads on these wonder cores. From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw materials. I'm gonna head back to the ship and ask Suling if he's heard of them. You guys...
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Wonderful. We'll split into teams then, and whoever makes progress first brings all of us a step closer to victory. I'm gonna take off. See you later.
Okay, let's go! By the way, what question are you gonna ask Ningguang, Yunjin?
I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ningguang has excellent judgment, so I would like to hear her opinion.
Ooh, what's the opera called? Paimon wants to go see it.
The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a popular urban legend about an evil spirit and an adeptus. It's called The Divine Damsel of Devastation.
Ok, on a affaire à une actrice. Yo yo yo. Magnifique. Salut Henri. Ça fait plaisir de te retrouver en live. Bah, ça me fait plaisir aussi. Hein. Merci pour ce plaisir partagé. Ça fait plaisir de voir un commentaire comme ça. Alors, qui c'est qui peut nous aider déjà? T'es qui toi? Ok, inconnu au bataillon. On va voir. Maître Zhang, ok.
Ah, hello. Are you here for something off the shelf, or do you need something forged?
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if you'd heard of something called a Wonder Core.
Of course I have. Sorry, who's asking?
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weaponry for my father in the past, for stage use.
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, so you must be Miss Yoon. Sorry, my brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing a hammer all day. Everyone's heard of you, Miss Yoon, even folks who don't make it to the opera all that often. Like myself. So, you're here to ask about Wonder Cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. Matter of fact, I made some for Lady Ningguang back when she was building the original Jade Chamber. The types of ore needed to make Wonder Cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ningguang supplied them herself last time. I don't suppose you've brought any yourselves?
No, we were gonna ask you what kinds of ore we need.
Sure. Well, you'll need 2 kinds. Star Splinter Iron and Subrosium. If I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her Star Splinter Iron from the Mount Tianheng area. They say it resonates with visions. It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. As for the Subrosium, though, That's trickier. It's all but unheard of on the market. I'm really not sure. Sorry. What I've heard is that the people around Mount Tianheng have some sort of magic trick that can pinpoint the location of the stuff. Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for Star Splinter iron around Mount Tianheng. And if you run into any locals, ask them a few questions about Subrosium.
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine damsel of devastation also takes place on that mountain. I hear the view there is quite spectacular. A favorite destination of the Adepti, in fact. Perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's not delay. We should head straight there.
En route vers le mont Chayang. Chayang. On va questionner la population. Questionner, interroger plutôt, c'est mieux. C'est mieux. D'accord. On est arrivé.
I came to Mount Tianheng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic, towering peaks, and the gently flowing streams. It's like setting foot in paradise. No wonder the legend of the divine damsel of devastation is said to have taken place here. Adepti wander oft where mortals seldom stride. Indeed, this looks like a place that one might expect to be frequented by Adepti.
The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. Huh. Seems like you have a real connection with this place. What's the story about, though?
It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Cool. A hero story? They're Paimon's favorite!
The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a prosperous village on the mountain. In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one another. One day, a terrifying monster appeared. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband was so distraught at the news that it broke his spirit and drove him to madness. The vile and vicious monster told the villagers, "If you want to live, you must sacrifice a child to me."
What a nasty piece of work! Paimon sure hopes this monster gets put in its place!
But the monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were terrified of it. They had no choice but to give in to the monster's demand. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little girl suddenly stood up and came forward.
No! Don't do it, little girl!
Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair, feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived, she courageously drew her sword and entered into a fierce struggle with the monster, from which she eventually emerged as the victor. Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of legends. But alas, the paths of mortals and Adepti seldom cross, and she would never again re-enter the mortal world. And so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of smoke into thin air. That's how the opera ends.
I really like this story. But I personally think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
I've never considered that before. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. a certain degree of deviation from the truth is always inevitable. When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire his audience with the character of the divine damsel.
I think it's a great story. The ideal story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon! Let's go get ourselves some Star Splinter Iron! Yeah!
C'est une belle histoire en vrai. Bon, évidemment, Shen, elle a pas de cœur, donc faut que ce soit plus compliqué quoi. Là, c'est trop évident, c'est trop facile. Les yeux divins, on peut retrouver du fer. Ok, donc ça doit être là-dedans. Il me faut du fer. Ok, ça va être plus compliqué que prévu en fait. Je suis pas fou, c'est bien ça les yeux divins. Peut-être dans les maisons. Ça en est ça non? Ok, faire de brûler les stools. Ça en est ça? Non. Mais je prends aussi, ça m'intéresse. Ok. Peut-être en hauteur. On va voir, on va escalader un peu quand même. C'est peut-être là-haut. Oh, j'entends un truc là.
Quite a downpour. Nothing will get done until it clears.
Ok. Le flair.
Now we just need to find that Subrosium.
Le flair du chercheur de trésors.
I saw a village on our way here. Master Zhang said we should ask the locals for help.
Ok, c'est un village où il y a
Why
un
don't we
habitant.
try there?
Hey, there really is someone here. Yunjin, looks like you were right. Excuse us, sir. Can we ask you something? Huh. He didn't seem to catch that.
Hello, sir. We were just passing by and wanted to ask if you happen to know anything about Subrosium.
Is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Well, whatever. Guess we're on our own here. Shenhua, Yunjin, let's have a look around.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman. If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
It's...
Shenhe.
Shenhe. You're alive. The rumors were true. So, all these years? I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium. But I think you can find some information in the village. This place is deserted now. No one ever comes here. So you can rummage around all you want.
Huh? You know this guy, Shenhua?
Thank you, kind sir. We'll go and take a look around. Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention towards Miss Shenhe. She'll be quite safe.
Okay, then let's see what we can find in this village.
Ok, on va fouiller, on les laisse tous les deux là. Donc c'est son oncle. Il a retrouvé la parole là quand il a vu sa... Alors attends, oncle. Ça quoi? Sa filleule? Non, je sais plus comment dire, on s'en fout. On s'en fout. Yo Riyad. Ça va? Où sont les documents? Alors...
The remains of a god. An abandoned village. Mount Tianheng.
Elle parle. Il y avait jadis une famille au village de Konda issue d'un clan d'exorcisme. Mais attends, mais il me coupe pas la parole.
Happened right here in this village. The time frame certainly matches. So it seems we're in the right area.
Ok, il y a eu une maladie. Hein.
Let's keep looking around.
Bah super. Super. Super, on a le temps de rien lire. Ça va pas du tout. Ça va pas du tout. J'ai mes partiels depuis le début de la semaine. Ça se finit vendredi. Oh la dèche. Oh. Coup dur. Coup dur pour toi. Bah, bon courage mec. Hein. Tiens le coup, en vrai c'est une semaine. C'est une semaine, après t'es tranquille. Enfin, tranquille pour quelques mois je suppose. Mais bon, c'est important, c'est important. Faut bien le faire. Ça va Ryan, merci. Ton avis sur les nouveaux persos? Bah, je les ai pas testés donc je peux pas te dire, ils sont cool. Enfin, dans l'histoire en tout cas ils sont cool. Si, j'ai quand même testé Shen dans le truc gratuit là. Et elle peut faire mal, je pense. Son ulti, elle a l'air très fort. Hein. Son ulti a l'air très fort. Mais bon, pour le moment, c'est tout ce que je peux dire. je viens de commencer, quoi, on va dire.
What's this?
Ok, le docteur a dit que la maladie était grave. Ne t'en fais pas, je te sauverai, même si on doit faire un... Ok. Mon corps saigne. Ouais, il aimerait souffrir à sa place, évidemment. Hein, sans regret, aucun regret. Pourquoi pleures-tu? Je ne sais plus où j'en suis, je continue de vivre en errant sans but. J'ai lu tous les textes anciens sur lesquels j'ai pu mettre la main. Cherchant des moyens pour te sauver. Nanana. Ok, il a trouvé quelque chose. Pour invoquer un dieu. Ok, il a trouvé un bouquin pour invoquer un dieu. Le dieu est apparu. Je voulais échanger ma vie contre la tienne. Il est resté silencieux et a montré notre fille, Shen, du doigt. Oh. Ah oui, c'était Shen dans l'histoire. Ok, j'ai pas compris depuis tout à l'heure. C'est bizarre. C'est pas un hasard. Le dieu a dit qu'elle était une enfant maudite. Ah bah c'est ça. C'est ce que nous a dit Flamme, l'adepte de tout à l'heure. Qu'elle était maudite. D'accord, je l'ai laissé dans la grotte que m'a indiqué le dieu. Après 3 jours, je n'ai toujours pas eu de nouvelles. Ouais. Bah, il a été stupide. En gros, il a abandonné Shen en fait. C'est chaud. C'est chaud.
So, Shenhe is the divine damsel? Now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an adeptus, and she is about the right age. So that's why I've been getting the strangest feeling whenever I chat with her. I should have noticed it earlier. According to this text, the divine damsel from the opera was actually the daughter of the loving couple. And she didn't volunteer. She was sacrificed to the monster by her own father. Oh, the truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as brave as people think. It wasn't her choice to enter that ghastly situation. She was forced into it. It looks like my father may need to make a few revisions to his beloved opera.
We've looked everywhere, but still no mention of Sabrosia.
Ta voix est hyper relaxante. Ah ouais, c'est gentil Riyad, merci.
Have a look over there.
Je m'attendais pas à ce commentaire. C'est gentil, merci. Pourtant, ouais, j'ai... Ouais, mon micro, je pense que je peux améliorer des choses dessus et tout, hein, mais bon. Bon, c'est cool en tout cas, du coup, si on m'entend bien et tout, c'est cool. Ok, dernier document, je pense. La magie scellée dans le subrosium ne se dissipe pas facilement. Arrête de parler, centre du lac. Ok, c'est au centre d'un lac. Mais non, mais... Fais pas d'effort, Paymon. Tu me coupes la parole et après tu m'enlèves le document. Et vu que j'ai trop la flemme d'aller dans les menus pour l'ouvrir, et ben tant pis. Tant pis, tant pis.
One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired adeptus from a merchant passing by. I never imagined it was you. I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him from performing the summoning ritual. I had plenty of chances, but I couldn't bring myself to stand up to him. I just let things happen, let it all escalate. Well, we all know how that story ended. I bring flowers back here every year. And each time I wish I had a chance to apologize to you.
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have found another way. There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love. Nothing.
Do you still hate him?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul with red ropes to curb my aggression. But it also dampened my emotions, making me dispassionate, like the Adepti. So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my father or not, the truth is, I feel nothing at all.
It must have been so tough for you all these years.
Shenhe, we're back!
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. Shenhe, it brings me some solace knowing that you are okay. I'll tell you more about the old times next time we meet.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end. Shenhe, look! This tells us how to find Subrosium. All we gotta do is go to the middle of that lake!
Let's go then.
Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. Just now, in the village, we found your father's diary. It turns out that many of the details in the Divine Damsel of Devastation are not true to the facts. So I'd like to change them.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is standing right here in front of me, I cannot simply dismiss your lived experience in favor of my father's fiction.
It's okay. I like your version. My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day that I can truly become part of human society. So, I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and protect others, just like the girl in the opera. But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder whether I will continue to think in this way.
Don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the person you aspire to be. You just haven't had the opportunity to see it for yourself yet.
Shenhe! Yunjin! Cut the chit-chat! Let's go! We can't let someone else beat us to it!
Bon bah Shen, elle commence à être plus gentille et plus sociable. Hein. Ça fait zizir. Ça fait plaisir. Tac, on part. Ouais, Paymon elle est relou à chaque fois, elle coupe la parole. Elle me vénère. Go. Donc l'histoire va pas être changée. Enfin l'histoire. La fausse histoire plutôt. De l'opéra. Attendez la fin de journée vers 17h30. Merde, c'est pas ça que je veux faire. Go à 17h30. Et fioup. Putain, si on pouvait faire ça dans la vie, n'empêche. Tac, tu prends ta montre. Bum. Tu passes tous les trucs chiants. Mais bon, on vieillirait trop vite. Ok. Du subrosium. Attends, parce qu'il faut... Faut pas aller voir l'autre là-bas là. C'est Xiao. Il va bien nous interpeller ou nous aider.
Quite a downpour. Nothing will get done until it
okay.
clears. That's
everything we need! Let's head back and report in!
Un maître Zhang.
Curious if Beto's made any
Ah,
progress.
qu'est-ce qu'il fout là lui? Yo mec.
What brings you here? Have they found a solution to the danger in the sea? Ningguang didn't tell you. Something has happened in Guyan Stone Forest. According to the contract, as an Adeptus, I should not get involved for now. But these things can be unpredictable. I have a contingency plan of my own. Only a single mountain lies between here and Liyue Harbor. If things get out of control, I will defend this place myself.
Ok, Xiao il est pas là pour rigoler lui, il est en mode garde du corps. Allez, on va aller rendre les minerais là. On n'a pas de temps à perdre. Hop. Je fais du 8h-18h le vendredi et le lundi. Oh, c'est pas cool ça. 4 heures de philo en plus. Oui, ça c'est pas cool. Allez, tiens tes minerais. Maintenant fais-moi ce que je veux.
Oh, goodness.
So, are they okay?
This is some top quality ore you found. I think I'll get a good end product out of these. Guess now it's my time to shine.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing? I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a Wonder Core before, and says it'd take a lot of research for him to get up to speed.
Leave the Wonder Cores to me. I'll work on them while you go about your business. Don't worry. It won't take me too long.
Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the Adepti sigils next, but where should we find items relating to the Adepti?
I'll sort that out.
Oh? You got this then?
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti for years. I know a thing or two about making sigils. When we first met, I told you I came for the Jade Chamber, not the contest. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ningguang was planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber, so she sent me to deliver some Adepti sigils to her. Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I'm here, I wonder if I've been removed from the world for too long. There's so much basic knowledge that I lack. Maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all. But either way, I'm very glad to have met you, and I'll take care of those Adepti sigils.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, I can't say whether you should stay or not. But now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship. There'll be a drink waiting for you.
Thank you. So, Master Zhang, I'll need to use your facilities to make the sigils.
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see how the Adepti arts work. Maybe I'll learn something.
Whew. The sigils are ready. Though they are in some respects inferior to my master's, I can assure you there will be no quality issues.
I've finished forging the things you asked for, too.
Great! Let's go submit them before someone else gets there ahead of us.
À plus Riyad, merci beaucoup d'être venu. Hein. Merci beaucoup et bon courage pour demain. Repose-toi bien, bonne nuit. C'est vrai qu'il est déjà minuit donc c'est chaud si demain tu prends à 8h. Repose-toi bien et merci encore d'être venu. Ok, donc qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire là? Remettre les noyaux et le blason. Ah mais ok, ils ont tout fabriqué là. Bah parfait. Parfait, parfait. On peut aller au chantier. Comment ça se fait que t'aimes pas Xiao, Henri? C'est parce que c'est son caractère que t'aimes pas? Il est un peu trop genre... il se la pète. Je peux comprendre. Par contre, le perso a l'air fun à jouer. Pour le coup, à jouer, il a l'air cool. Merde, j'espère que c'est en bas qu'il fallait aller. Mais je pense. Pam, 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 pam. On a tout. On a tout ce qu'il faut.
Ningguang's little secretary! We found all the materials!
Oh, already? All three of you found them together. Okay, I see. The Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils look good. It seems that we found our winners. I hereby announce that the winners of this material procurement contest are the Traveler, Yunjin, and Beidou.
What? It's over already? I haven't even found the prostrate yet!
I can't believe it.
So close, but so far.
I'd like to invite our three winners to please proceed to the Jade Chamber, where Lady Ningguang is waiting for you.
Huh? Where's Beidou? She was right here!
Captain Beidou has some business to attend to. She will join later. Please come with me for now.
Alright then, guess we'll head on up to the Jade Chamber first. This has been a long time coming. The last time we went up to the Jade Chamber was ages ago.
Oh bah pour le coup, Paimon, elle dit pas n'importe quoi. Ça fait très longtemps qu'on y était allé. Bah depuis que ça s'est écrasé sur le vortex là, je sais pas quoi là. Hôtel, Hortel. Je sais plus comment il s'appelait le dieu là. Le dieu du vortex justement, je crois. Je crois que c'était ça. C'était grave cool hein, cette quête.
Combine the Adepti sigils with the Wonder Cores and insert them into the Jade Chamber's control compartment. The construction of the new Jade Chamber is now officially complete. Once the tethers are released, it will soar into the sky. Thank you all for your work. Now it is time for me to fulfill my promise.
Yeah!
Miss Yun, I've already heard something about the reason for your involvement. You are looking for a venue for your new opera, aren't you?
That's right. Lady Ningguang, I would like to hear your opinion.
The unveiling of Miss Yun's grand new opera surely requires a venue of equal grandeur. So what would you say if I proposed that we stage your first performance right here, in the newly built Jade Chamber? The Jade Chamber offers a splendid panoramic view of the mountains and the bustling city. It is fitting for the finest performance to be hosted in the heavens. I can think of no better stage for you than here, Miss Yun.
Thank you, Lady Ningguang. Then I will prepare my props and other articles shortly. Please allow me to bring all these aboard the Jade Chamber.
You're quite welcome. It's truly what a good opera deserves.
Oh, a traveler, Shenhe, Paimon, I'll be leaving now. Do come and see my play when the time comes.
You're next. What is your question? I should clarify. I do not know your sister's whereabouts. Please, don't waste your question on this matter.
Wow, you're a mind reader, Ningguang. Oh well, guess Paimon will ask a question then.
Managing a successful business is not as simple as you might think. Capital, connections, sensitivity to the trends, and instinct for what is a good opportunity. All of these traits are crucial. If you want to know how to make money, I will honor our agreement and give you an answer. But that is not to say that it will work for you.
Wow. Paimon hadn't even asked the question yet.
Your question was written all over your face. Now look, you helped me rebuild the Jade Chamber, and I intend to repay you handsomely for it. So I promise you that should you one day require financial assistance, you may seek employment here. I will pay you at the highest rate of remuneration.
Oh, great! So next time we run out of Mora, we just need to come to Ningguang? No more questions from us. Shenhe, you got a question?
Me?
Yes, this was a group effort.
Thank you. But I don't have anything to ask.
Are you sure? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'd urge you not to squander it.
Yeah, just don't waste it. Hold on a second. Paimon can probably think of another one.
Lady Ningguang, do you think I can ever fit in Liyue Harbor?
Now that is an interesting question. Liyue Harbor is very inclusive. As long as you respect the rules here, you will not be turned away. So, the key is whether or not you yourself can develop a sense of belonging in Liyue Harbor.
Huh. A sense of belonging?
Yes. To become fond of a place, to feel part of it, it always requires a reason. Perhaps someone you've met, or something you've experienced here. Or perhaps you enjoy the atmosphere of Liyue, and you will become accustomed to it. In short, everyone needs a reason to stay. I hope you can find yours soon.
I see.
Hey, what's going on? I just went to see the fleet a little later than expected.
Come on, Beidou! It's your turn! Do you have a question for Ningguang?
Me? Nah, I ain't got any questions. She forced me to help out, so I figured I may as well get involved with the contest. Ningguang, don't forget what we talked about. It's not gonna be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
Don't worry. I have made preparations. The wound dressings are ready, and the Millilith have set up an ambush.
Glad to hear it. Watch your back. Stay alert.
Beidou? Ningguang? What are you talking about?
You'll see when the Jade Chamber ascends. However, it's not the most pleasant topic of conversation. Maybe it's better that you don't know. When I first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the platform and looked down upon Liyue Harbor far below. At that time, I dreamed that one day the Jade Chamber's shadow would be seen in all 7 nations of Teyvat. My wish has not changed to this very day. However, it is not only out of consideration for myself that I have built the Jade Chamber anew at this time. I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor, bearing witness to the prosperity and peace of the human world. And I hope that you can all witness it with me. Let the Ascension ceremony commence! Right on cue. The Avenger of the Vortex, Beisht.
Who is that?
Osial's wife. Final follower of the Overlord of the Vortex.
Sounds like you knew this was coming!
Beidou sensed something was stirring in the deep. She warned me months ago. Knowing she harbors hatred toward the Jade Chamber, I chose to rebuild it now as a way of drawing her out.
Got it. Well,
No. In this human age, the people of Liyue must find a way to overcome this crisis on our strength alone.
What's that? Wait! A giant wave!
You are a cursed child. Your life brings nothing but disaster to us all. At least if you die, I can bring her back.
The day you learn how to use your strength for the good of others is the day that you can truly become part of human society.
Elle est juste énorme cette cinématique. C'est peut-être une des meilleures cinématiques en vrai du jeu. Franchement, il s'améliore de plus en plus. C'est un truc de ouf. Ok. Faut qu'on tue la copine de Hortex là. Qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire?
And she is already badly injured. Only sheer willpower is keeping her alive. I may be nearing the end of my
Ça la touche ça? Ok, ça la touche.
fight to the death. I think I have the upper hand.
Oui, j'en reviens pas de cette cinématique encore. Merde, j'ai pas lu ce qu'elle disait. Ok. Sors de là, sors de là. Hein? Ah ok.
Speed of light. Hey!
Shine down. Unleash.
Putain, ça va être long. Hein. En vrai, ça va pas être si simple. Hein, allez, viens là, viens là. La vengeresse. Oh, ah ouais, non mais franchement. Franchement. Oh, ils pourraient faire un film, hein, Genshin, hein, ils sont trop forts. Wow, les trois têtes en même temps. Oui, oui, oui. Qu'est-ce qu'il fait? Ok, ça va. Wow. Ok.
Change of plan. Cut to the chase.
Manifest. Unleash.
Ça, on a fait mal un peu.
Don't blink.
Ok, l'esquive. Faudrait que je cale l'ulti aussi. En vrai, ça rechargera les ultis des autres. Aïe, ok, ça va, c'est pas grave, c'est pas grave. Attends, elle est où la tête? Celle-là? Non, je crois pas. C'est pas grave, je l'aurai la prochaine fois. Il y a une tête qui est bientôt morte. Ouais, c'est ça, ouais, retourner dans l'eau. Ok. Allez, faut attaquer maintenant. Oh, naze. Ok, là j'ai tous mes ultis à mettre. Ah putain, fait chier par contre. J'ai claqué cet ulti, mais il y avait personne. Waouh. Arrête, maman. Allez, je gêne. C'est pas du tout ça que je voulais faire. Ok, ça va, ça a mis des dégâts quand même. Elle veut pas se montrer la tête l'eau là. Ok, si, c'est bon. Ça va, c'est simple. J'allais dire c'est simple à esquiver. C'est le moment de se heal un peu. Voilà. Ok, il y a du lot. Bon, ça va, c'est le boss dans l'histoire, donc il est assez simple en vrai. Mais pas beaucoup de dégâts et tout. Mais en tel, je me souviens, c'était pas si simple. Hein. On avait galéré un peu. Ok, il y en a deux lots. C'est pas mal, c'est pas mal. Très bien. Une tête de morte. Non, non, ça marche pas comme ça. Ça marche pas comme ça en fait. Ok. Allez, là, faut attaquer. Ça passe, j'ai beaucoup de heal, c'est cool. Ma Chichi elle fait le taf. Paf. Ça dégage. Ça dégage, on l'a explosé. Y'a pas un petit coffre? Ok. D'accord, donc on l'a pas tué, mais c'est trop dangereux de la poursuivre. La vengeresse, donc on se casse. Ok, GG à moi, hein. GG à nous. GG à l'équipe.
I'm just a little exhausted. Otherwise, fine. I wanted to deal with it myself. I didn't expect you to follow me. Don't worry. She's not coming back anytime soon. After an injury like that, she'll likely seek refuge somewhere else.
How did things go underwater?
It's been dealt with. She was injured before entering the water. It didn't take too much effort to finish the job.
Good. So the crisis has been safely averted. When you visit the Jade Chamber in the future, you will be afforded generous treatment.
Lady Ningguang, the fleet reports that the sea monster has left Guyan Stone Forest and the surrounding waters have returned to normal.
Thank you. How are the Millilith?
Thanks to the medical supplies you prepared and Lady Keqing's command, our losses were minimal. Of course, we owe huge thanks to this young lady for her help. On behalf of the entire Millilith, thank you for your service.
Great. Then next time I watch Miss Yun's opera, I'll be able to take the compliments. I wasn't trying to be a hero, though. I just wanted to protect you.
Let the soldiers recuperate, but don't let your guard down. If she returns with a vengeance, we must be prepared.
Yes, ma'am.
You've been monitoring us for some time now. I trust you've reached a conclusion.
You wish to hear one's opinion. Well, things would have hardly gone so smoothly had it not been for Shenhe.
That I do not deny. However, final victory was always going to be ours, even had things been a little more arduous. If it came to it, I could always destroy another Jade Chamber.
One has observed your adaptation of the Guizhong Ballista, and find oneself compelled to admit that you have evidenced some degree of novel thinking. You have learned from past failures and prepared for this crisis in advance. This is considerable progress compared to the last time. Hence, on balance, one finds your performance during this trial satisfactory enough. But there will no doubt be further trials to come in the future. Do not suppose that one will not continue observing you hereafter.
While the position of Tianquan remains mine, I will always ensure Liyue's safety.
Shenhe, one saw you secretly venture out from the mountains a few years ago, and noticed the air of dejection in which you returned. Hopefully this trip to Liyue Harbor has been a different experience.
Yes. I can't explain it, but I feel happier than I expected.
Good. Traveler, please take good care of Shenhe. She is a dear child. In fact, one has many fond memories of Shenhe's childhood that she may be interested to hear about.
There'll be no need for that.
Oh. They are all like this. Fine. Since you care not to listen, one shan't be telling you. One shall be going homeward now.
Please, have a good rest. Come to the Jade Chamber when you have recovered your energy. We must celebrate both the completion of the Jade Chamber and the fact that Liyue has weathered another crisis. This banquet must be the most spectacular ever.
Ok, faut aller se rendre à la chambre pour faire le festin. Ça, c'est cool. Eh, stylé le combat, la cinématique, tout ça. Eh, je radote, hein, je suis désolé. Mais vraiment cool. Trop cool. Je suis content là. Je suis content, ça réveille en plus. Je suis super content. Allez, go. Se taper un festin. Et la chaîne, gros, on en parle ou pas? Elle est in love. Hein. Je pense qu'elle nous kiffe. C'est pour ça qu'elle reste. Ah oui, c'est vrai. Attends, mais comment on se TP là-bas déjà? Je peux me TP? Ah, ok. Parfait, parfait. Allez, un petit repas.
Wow! Everyone's already seated! It's Paimon's first time attending a banquet in the Jade Chamber. The food here looks amazing.
All of you here are my distinguished guests. I am determined that each of you thoroughly enjoys yourself. Those who don't drink alcohol, please, help yourself to other beverages. Fine wine is a delight to the senses, but it is far from the only one. I trust you will find the marvelous view from the Jade Chamber to be an equally gratifying indulgence.
Have you heard? Miss Yun's going to be performing today.
Sure have. Honestly, it's the main reason I'm here. I've never missed any of Miss Yun's performances, and I don't intend to start now. I hear she's going to perform The Divine Damsel of Devastation today, the one written by her father. I've been so excited that I've barely slept the last few nights.
Hey, look! Miss Yun is going on stage!
批冠到这里本该接近尾声，但今日我再添一笔，唱与诸位听。彼时鹤归，茫茫天地无依靠，孤身离去。今日再会，新朋旧友坐满堂，共聚此时。
What did you think? Personally, I thought I sang rather well.
It was beautiful. Paimon wants to learn too.
Ok Paimon, je te coupe 2 secondes. Hein. C'était encore trop tôt, trop bien. Hein. Franchement, avec cette quête, ils nous ont régalé. Ils nous ont régalé. Je pense que ça va bientôt la fin là de la quête. Mais ça enchaîne, hein, la musique elle est trop bien genre. Et puis c'est bien parce que là par contre, je suis content que ça a été dans la langue originale. Et pas en anglais ou quoi que ce soit. Ça c'est vraiment cool qu'ils aient laissé la langue originale. Franchement, c'est un kiff. Là moi je kiffe.
It was wonderful. Also, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks to you, the Divine Damsel of Devastation is a more nuanced tale than ever. The play has an ending, but life goes on. I believe you will find a way to fit in Liyue Harbor.
Thank you. I think I've found the opportunity I needed to change.
Ms. Yun, here you are. Great to see you. Huh? Hey, this young lady with the white hair looks like some kind of VIP. Yeah, that's it, like an Adeptus. Wait, you're the girl from the opera, aren't you? The Divine Damsel herself. And look who else we have here, the illustrious traveler. Well, I'll be. This was definitely worth showing up for. Let me pull up a chair, all right. We'll all have a friendly chat, get better acquainted.
Alternatively, you could leave us alone. That is, if you'd prefer to finish your drink via the orifice of your own choice.
Uh-oh, this feels all too familiar. Shenhe's back to her old self again.
Hey, what are you doing?
Calm down, Shenhe. Calm down.
Et c'est la fin de la quête, on s'en doutait, on s'en doutait. Mais franchement, c'est... Bon après, la fin a beaucoup carry. J'allais dire, c'est peut-être une des meilleures quêtes et tout. Mais en fait, c'est juste la fin aussi qui a beaucoup carry. Hein. En tout cas, c'est sûrement les meilleures cinématiques que j'ai vues. Enfin, ça fait partie des meilleures cinématiques. C'est vrai qu'il y a eu la Shogun et tout ça. Il y a eu d'autres cinématiques ouf. Mais la toute dernière, la chanson et tout, c'est trop bien, genre. Ça fait du bien de revoir ça dans Genshin. Parce que là, j'avais un moment de creux, j'avais une petite période de creux, moi. Je me disais, ouais, qu'est-ce qu'ils vont faire et tout, parce que, bon, il se passait pas grand-chose, qu'il y avait des événements et tout, mais c'est souvent comme ça. Et là, je suis content, ils sont revenus en force. Ils sont revenus en force. Ça fait grave plaisir. Waouh, je fais tomber, waouh. Bon, par contre, chez New, là, elle va déglinguer tout le monde. Hein. Go Nouvelle Zone. Ryan. Go Nouvelle Zone. Je sais pas combien de temps ça prend. Je sais pas si je le fais maintenant ou demain. Bon, je vais le faire maintenant, mais... Minuit 47, putain, moi je travaille hein, demain, les gars. Mais bon. Vas-y, hein, Go Nouvelle Zone, t'as raison. On enchaîne. Alors attendez, par contre, faut que je fasse un petit truc. Tac. Ok. Bon, on va voir. On va faire la quête. On va voir si c'est long ou pas. C'est pas là-dedans. Go Nouvelle Zone, on va dire que je me laisse jusqu'à... Allez, 1h30 du matin. Parce que bon, après ça va faire tard quand même, les gars. Donc ça, c'est terminé. C'est où? C'est là. Nouvelle zone disponible. Ok. Le seul espoir pour le salut de l'île réside dans cette toute nouvelle zone secrète. Très bien. Voyons voir. C'est une quête secondaire en gros. Bon là je vais plus parler, hein. Enfin je vais plus parler. Je vais pas laisser les cinématiques sans que je parle. Je sais même pas si ça va être long ou pas. Putain, j'ai envie de réécouter la musique. Elle était trop bien. Alors, qu'est-ce que t'as à nous raconter? Bonjour Bobby. Ah oui, mais c'est vrai que là ça parle même pas. Interrompu pour le moment, pas la peine de faire cette tête. C'est pas en nous regardant nous convaincre. D'ailleurs, je suis en train de penser, mais vous n'avez rien caché. Je suis en train de penser, mais l'autre île, je crois que je l'ai même pas, je l'ai même pas débloqué à fond. Enfin, il y avait des zones de brouillard là qu'il fallait débloquer. Je l'ai même pas fait parce que je galérais. Vous savez... ouais. Ben, je suis brave, moi. Bah, c'est moi la personne idéale. Cherche pas. Quelqu'un aux cheveux blonds encore? Ça va être un peu long, mais c'est pas grave. T'es marrant, toi. Non, en vrai, c'est long. En fait, j'ai pas envie trop de me lancer dans un truc que je finirai pas. Oh merde, pardon, mais je clique. Si c'est long, c'est un peu galère, quoi. On va au moins aller sur l'île. Prendre peut-être le... Je suppose il va y avoir un TP à débloquer. Et après, on fera peut-être le reste demain, quand même. Ben, moi, je suis un héros, ouais. Ouais. Là, l'anticipation, hein. Devant l'hôtel, très bien. Plisser les yeux. Attends, mais je suis bien dans le truc pour débloquer l'île, là. Ouais, c'est bien ça, hein. Ok. Et d'ailleurs, attendez, quête d'histoire, c'est quoi? C'est les escapades? Ok.
1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3.
Bah, t'as fini, Chichi, là? Il pète un câble. Il y a un petit point de vue à prendre en plus. Un panorama, pardon. Oh, c'est beau. Beautiful. Ok. Tu débloques la map, puis c'est tout, tu laisses la rediff. Ouais, la rediff, elle sera dispo, bien sûr. Bien sûr. Et après, si tu veux... Attends, je me pose parce que je vais rien comprendre à force. Tout ce qu'on a fait ce soir, là, l'histoire, la quête d'Archon et tout, elle va sortir demain. C'est ça la quête, t'inquiète. Ok, ça marche. Merci. Toute la quête qu'on a fait, là, elle va sortir demain, mais du coup plus en HD. Parce que le live, il est... Bon, il est quand même un peu moins beau que ce que je recorde. Donc tout va ressortir demain. Et voilà. Et après, tu auras... Enfin, comme sur ma chaîne, quoi. Je vais faire... comme d'hab, les cinématiques, je vais les couper et tout, genre. Pour faire des parties. Mais sinon, toute la rediff, elle sortira demain, ouais. Enfin, elle est tout de suite dispo avec la qualité du live. Sinon, elle est dispo en HD, en vrai HD, on va dire, demain. Ok, aucun aventurier n'est donc autorisé à descendre. Ah, elle a pas de manière, Paymon. Ok, donc il y a peut-être des gens qui sont descendus. Bah ouais, j'avoue. Ok, faut que je récupère la clé quoi qu'il arrive. D'accord, très bien. Tu débloqueras le boss de la zone à la fin de la quête. Ok. Merde, j'aurais pu voir les astuces peut-être. Chercher les silices. Gros, c'est dans l'eau ça. Je reconnais.
Faster? Okay, faster.
Ok, c'est sous terre. Alors soit faut que je passe par là-bas, soit tout droit. On va voir. Ok, mais c'est là en fait. Ça a peut-être un rapport avec le défi. Putain, je sais pas ce qu'il faut faire. Collecter vite quoi. Bon, ça sert à rien. Il va falloir passer par en dessous. Je vois que cette solution. La zone est assez différente du reste. Bah ça changera, c'est cool. Mais je sais pas comment on y accède. Oh putain, cette galère. Ouais, je dois entrer dans une grotte, hein, c'est ça. Mais je cherche la grotte. Peut-être qu'elle est par là. Putain, je sais pas. C'est la dèche. Il n'y a pas de grotte hein, là. Si. Attends, c'est ça ou pas? Là, c'est ce qui ressemble le plus à une entrée. Hein. Yes. Oh, c'est beau. Oh, on est déjà venu ici. Ça me dit quelque chose. Hello les nazes.
Don't blink. Shine down. Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
And life goes on.
Nowhere to hide. Speed of light. Look through me. There is no escape. Nice and spiked. Incoming.
Mirror image.
Cut to the chase.
On va en mettre cette ulti après. Ulti Shogun.
Shine down. Now you shall perish.
Tu fais moins la maligne. Ouais, c'est ça, dans une quête, je l'ai venu ici. C'est ce qui me semblait aussi. Paf. Oh merde, elle est pas morte. C'est bon, on a la... Ok, on a la première. La deuxième, elle est là-bas. J'ai pas le temps pour vous. Ah ouais, même les autres, j'avais pas besoin en fait. Ok. Non, putain, ça va être chiant pour aller là-bas. Bon, ça va. Normalement, cet épée, il est haut. Là, cette zone, c'est pareil, hein. Je pense que j'ai plein de trucs à faire. Attends, je peux... Ah, attends, ça c'est intéressant. Peut-être que je peux y aller avec ça. Yes. Bah allez. Ça m'amène où je veux. Parfait. Merci. Tac, ça c'est débloqué. Très bien. Ouais, non. Et la deuxième? Non, mais je t'ai pas demandé d'examiner. Tac, débloqué. Très bien. Et où t'es là? Ok. Répété 3 fois. Mais non. Quel con Paymon, je te jure. Ok, c'est un portail. Ok, des épreuves. J'espère que ça va pas être trop long les épreuves. Très bien. Bah go hein. Quand faut y aller, faut y aller. Très bien. Alors ça m'amène où? Oh là, oh là, oh là, oh là. Waouh. Je peux vous pêcher? Non, je peux pas. C'est beau. Ok, quête terminée. Nouvelle quête, l'entrée vers Tokyo. Très bien. Alors attendez. Il n'y a pas le gros... Non, il n'y a pas le gros TP. Donc si je fais ça... Terminé. Je suis dans la nouvelle zone. Et maintenant c'est ça. Non, c'est pas ça. C'est ça. Très bien. Bon, j'ai fait la quête au moins pour aller... Bon allez, là je vais continuer un petit peu. Le TP là il est activé. Hein. Oui. Mais c'est quoi mon objectif? Suivre 300 mètres. Oh là là, faut courir. Je vais essayer de me faire un mob quand même. C'est niveau 90. Bon ça va. Je les ai défoncés.
Not bad,
Oups,
as
pardon.
far as treasure is concerned.
Allez, on va rush tout ça. Pas besoin de tuer tous les monstres. C'est une jolie zone, hein. C'est des cavernes. Ah ok, c'est avec la quête. Ok, ok, ok. Bon, un gros.
Nice and spicy. Life goes on. Don't blink. Cut to the chase.
Même les gros ils sont là.
Illusion shattered. Torn to oblivion. Shine down.
Nowhere to hide.
Ah bah. Ça met des dégâts de partout. Parfait.
You give, you receive.
Ça va, les nouveaux mobs pour le moment, j'en fais qu'une bouchée. Un semblant de civilisation. Ok, il y a des défis et tout. Faut faire quoi là? Ah bah merde. Ah, il me faut une archère. Bah oui. Non, on va le faire rapidement. C'est simple. Tac, tac.
In the name of the Prinzessin.
Ok. C'est tout? Ah oui, c'était vraiment très simple.
What trinkets lie veiled within this desolate plain?
Tac.
I'll bring my seasonings.
Ah, il y a un autre TP. Super. Bah oui, il y a quelque chose à faire. Merci Paymon. Attends, parce que ça l'a pas activé. On va y aller stratégiquement. On va d'abord commencer là-bas. Comme ça on fera tout en revenant. Eux, ils vont être casse-couilles, je sens, je sais pas pourquoi. Hop, ça c'est juste en haut. Merci Ryan. Bonne nuit. Merci d'être venu. Du coup, tu m'as embarqué dans cette galère, mais tu restes même pas. Non, merci. Merci d'être passé. Hop. J'ai tout fait. Et la porte fut. Ok. Examiner la grande porte. Trouver un moyen de passer. Bah voilà, je suis passé. Mais non. Ouais, il y a des coffres et tout. Des défis. Faudra que je les fasse. Bon, ça je vais le faire rapidement quand même, faut pas déconner. Voilà, c'est expédié.
Take them. I have no need.
Ah ouais, ils sont trop chiants. Ok, bien. Ah oui, c'est géant. C'est géant. Ah. Ok, encore une nouvelle quête de fête. Tac, TP. Écoutez les gars, on va s'arrêter là. Je ferai le reste demain. Je ferai le reste demain pour voir vraiment ce que ça nous réserve. Mais ça a l'air cool, hein. Ça a l'air cool. Ça a l'air vraiment très grand. Enfin, très grand. Ouais, c'est grand. Wow. C'est conséquent. En fait, c'est encore une autre zone. Ok. Oh merde, je te fais bugger. Non, c'est bon. Très bien, très bien, très bien. Bon, bah écoutez les gars. On va s'arrêter là pour le stream. C'était cool, en tout cas, c'était grave cool. On est à combien là? 2h40. C'est déjà pas mal, hein. On a commencé tard. Et la quête, encore une fois, c'était un délire, la quête d'argent. Ça va sortir en bonne qualité demain. Et voilà. Je vous dis bonne nuit. Reposez-vous bien. Ciao tout le monde, bisous.